All right. Well, welcome to the third episode of The Process. My name is Tisha.
I'm Tre Jessie.
And we are happy that you are viewing the channel today. And we're going to dive into the process. But first, we want to know all about what you have in store coming up. And then we're going to take it back and figure out who you are, how you came to, be where you are in your position as an artist today. Mm-hmm. So what do you have in store for your followers and viewers?
Just about to get real. Tell y'all what I came from, what inspired my music, mm-hmm. And just a little advice for the people back home and the people watching wherever they are, on the train, on the bus.
All right. And where can they find you at? Where's your music at right now?
I'm at Tre Jessie on everything. The one and only at TreJessie, Tre Jessie.
So that's Spotify, Apple Music,
everything.
Okay.
Literally things I don't even know exist. It's like the distributor I use goes to like international shit.
And why do you feel like it's important to put your, music on those different platforms?
I mean, that's like just that exposure, I feel like, is one of the most challenging parts of the artistry. Mm-hmm. And, in a time where there's just so much new music, you have to cut through. So like the more places people can find you and the more energy you're putting behind making sure they do, that's where the success comes. Awesome.
Now, tell us a little bit about who you are. Where are you from? Are you from Atlanta?
No.
Okay.
I was born in Atlanta, but I'm not from Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm from Tampa, Florida.
Okay, cool.
So, A13, you know what I mean? So yeah, I love Tampa, man. Like, came up from there. And then, like I was telling you a little earlier, went to LA for a little bit. So shouts out to the West Coast.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? West Coast was dope. I had my family out there, my family on the East Coast, my family on the West.
Okay.
Came back to the East Coast just to switch things up, get in the scene out here in Atlanta. So it's been good.
Awesome.
They treat me well.
Good. And now, do you sing? Do you rap? What do you do?
Both.
Okay.
Actually, my latest project is more on that like singing side. Mm-hmm. But I started off rapping, just purely rapping, and just wanted to experiment a little bit for my first official like platform release.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now, what inspired you to get into this type of artistry?
I mean, I actually had a mentor, or just someone I looked up to when I was really young, and he rapped and danced, taught me how to rap and dance, and it just always stuck with me. So,
okay, so you got some dance moves.
I got a little moves, but like that's a little further back in the past. But I did do a little bit of professional work in that world, but not my world. Now, I respect the hell out of dance.
I mean, you can use that because as you get bigger, you'll have to create a stage
exactly.
presence. So keep it.
Let's
keep
get
that talent.
Oh, it's there. Look, it's just a little dusty. We just gotta blow it off a little bit, shine it up. It'll be like new. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, the music though, like I said, came with that, and it's been a little off and on throughout life. There's been like big waves, and then there's been big lulls too. You know what I'm saying? But as of late, like I said, the reason I came here is just to get exposed to the scene. It's like it's buzzing like crazy.
Right.
Like, so I'm like, man, like I can let's get serious with this. I don't have any more, like I don't have school anymore.
Exactly.
It's like I can really do this.
You can give all your power to this one thing that you want to create and build.
Exactly.
And that's amazing.
Busch Garden.
Now,
every Tampa kid's playground.
With processes, right, there are ups and downs. So tell us one thing that you feel like, really pushed you to your limit to make you work to your fullest potential, and that has, made you the artist you are today.
Man, shouts out Beat of the fucking Week. Beat of the Week is this app. Mm-hmm. Any artist that's watching, like, yo, fuck with Beat of the Week. I'm telling you, put me on crazy. It's every week they give out $500 to a winner of this contest that's based out of Los Angeles, but people from all over the world compete. Mm-hmm. And essentially you have to draw the most attention to your video in the way of votes. and the person with the most votes on their video wins the prize. And you know, I feel like making art is, to an artist, making art is second nature, right? It's like breathing.
Right.
You're an artist. Promoting your art is a learned skill.
Okay.
And Beat of the Week definitely pushed me to that potential and like that limit of like, damn, I really have to go hard for my brand and for myself.
Exactly.
And like, no one's gonna
do that.
No one's doing it for me the way I'm doing it for me, you know? So it's like, I learned a lot of lessons through Beat of the Week. And I think every artist should give it a go. And like I said, it's really about them votes. Like, you could come with it. Like, you want to come with it. But at the end of the day, who's pushing it harder? That's who's getting that check.
Exactly. You know and then they may not even be better than you. It's just because they promote it, you know, and, you know, got that following, got people to really support and believe what they had going on, which made them be the winner. So
straight up.
Yeah.
And we were there for 7 months.
Wow.
Me and like my whole circle of influence, I was living on this shit. Cap. Like, I was really eating off of it. So
that's
shouts out to them.
Awesome. Now, what is one thing that you know now through building your brand and building your artistry that you wish you would have knew back then?
Honestly, just I would say patience. I would say, let me just start there, because, you know, there's a lot of opportunities that I could have been exposed to had I been a little bit more patient with the situation. Same thing with the music I was putting out.
Right.
Like, I just wanted to put music out, which is good, but it's like there's a difference between professional artists and people who just make music. And the professional artist cares about professionalism of their work.
Right.
So it's like, you want to have a professional quality with your music. At least that's what I believe, if you're trying to be a professional artist. If you're just making music, shit, just drop it, whatever.
Right.
But like, if you have that vision and that dream, okay, there has to be an aspect of professionalism. And I feel like a lot of the stuff I released earlier, which is still out, by the way, because I want to be able to look back on it and like, see that progression. It's shit. Like, it's shit quality wise. Like, it's cool, but it's not gonna get to that level. So it's like patience, one, and then two, just like perseverance. Because like I said, there were lulls, and it's like, life happens, you know what I'm saying? But you can't let that dictate your dream, your passion. Like, you gotta push through all of that shit. And everyone gets in those spots, but it's like, I feel like I'm on the up these days, you know? And I'm like, things are happening for me because I'm putting the effort in.
Exactly.
So,
and I mean, right now, especially like our generation, we do have to understand that time is of the essence. So we have to be patient. Everything's not going to come quick.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to know when it's time to move on. Like, you know, realize and kind of assess what we have created to know, like, this isn't working. Like, I need to make this shift, or I need to do something else. So that's amazing. Because patience is really, really big. That's like what people try to have at 40, 50 years old. Yeah. And I think it's just different waves of it.
110%. Like, I don't disagree at all. I think that's also a learned skill. You know, like the same thing with promotion, like being patient with your work is not natural.
Exactly,
Like, we all want it yesterday. You know what
now, like 10 minutes ago.
Right, like, we all want it yesterday. Let's not cap with this shit. Oh, I'm so like, shut up. Like, you know you wanted that shit yesterday.
Exactly. But I think too, like, one thing that's really cool is our level of confidence in our generation.
Oh yeah.
That, I mean, we may not know, you know, the right answer, but we really will fake it until we make it. Like, I think our generation has that down pat.
Oh, easily. Living, breathing, walking, testament to that right here. Like, really though, we just have so much confidence in ourselves, and I think that's why we're not okay with what, you know, our grandparents and our parents did, which is, you know, take the safe route, get a job, work for 40, 50 years, get your little 401k. It's like, we know that there's more.
Yes, so take the risk. Why not? Because if we don't, then we'll sit back when we're 30, 40 years old, like, man, what if I really put in the time and the grind for this? Like, where would I be? So that's really cool, because we're not afraid to fail. And That's amazing. Like
I feel like I'm like Edison in the way of failures. Damn, I'm taking hella L's. But like he made the light bulb after I don't know how many times they say like 10,000 tries or whatever, where that came from. The 10,000 hours. You know, everyone's like put 10,000 hours in your work. It's because he failed 10,000 times trying to make this light that we all use all the time. So it's like I'm not afraid to fail. As a matter of fact, like I know that if I do fail, that just means I'm one step closer to the solution to making, and it's gonna make me better in the process. So bring it on, fuck it. Let's go.
Exactly. Let's go.
Whatever the opportunity is, let's go. Like I don't care,
Right.
That professional dancing gig I had took me my fifth audition. I got the job, not the first one.
Right. And most people would probably quit after the first one. So.
At least the third one, damn, it's
like he really want this. Like then you start questioning, what's wrong with me? Nothing.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Shifting back to your music.
Yes.
Now, do you write your music? Or?
Oh, all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that process look like, or where do you go to get your inspiration when it comes to writing?
Real life.
Okay.
Real life scenarios that have happened to me, real emotions, real things I've done, real things I've been through, real things I'm doing right now.
Right.
Like that's it. Like, I let the beat kind of control me in a way, and I just think of what comes to my head, and like a story will be built or a vibe will be built through that process. Just letting the beat do what it does.
Okay.
But yeah, right. Since I started making music, I've never rapped somebody else's music.
Okay. Now, and not...
Even though I'm not against it.
Yeah, because sometimes you have to collaborate now.
No, I'm definitely not against it. Like, ever since the whole Drake thing, like, the ghostwriter thing came out, I was like, I knew about him, but it was like, damn, this is actually, like, a market. Like, there's real writers out here who are really, like, out here doing it. So it's like, I feel like it's an honor to have a writer come up to you and say, I want you to deliver my words. Like people aren't doing that for some nigga on SoundCloud with the followers I got. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got that message yet. So hey, when that message comes, we can talk. Like I'm just saying, like people are mad, like on their high horse, like and shit. And it's like this is a community. Like,
exactly.
Everyone's trying to eat. So hell, we eating.
Exactly. Now, in terms of not any in particular order, but who would be your top 3 favorite artists?
Top 3? I got 2 of them right here.
Okay.
Right now? Alright. Right now I got top 1.
Wait, what's on your arm?
This is my little... I'm working on a piece that's like basically going to be all my musical influences.
Okay.
And 2 of my favorite artists of all time are Kanye West and Kid Cudi. Okay. So I got the Graduation from my favorite album by Kanye. Okay. And I got the Man on the Moon one. Okay. But like the third would be Travis. Travis Scott. Okay. Yeah, I really do fuck with Travis super heavy. Yeah. It used to be Kendrick. But I'm not. It's like literally nothing against Kendrick. It's just Travis came and like took that number 3 spot. Yeah. I still fuck with Kendrick heavy
and he's still probably one of your favorite artists. Oh, but easily. This is just like top 3 right now.
Easily. Probably Kid Cudi, Kanye, Travis.
Okay, awesome. Now, tell me something that you've learned from one of them that kind of sticks with you to keep you motivated.
Probably like, okay, I'm going to say this and someone's going to hate me for it. Probably everyone. Okay. A lot of people.
All right.
Kanye. Oh my God, you learned from Kanye.
No, for real though, Kanye is dope.
Oh my God.
So they might be, feel some type of way about it.
Right. And I feel like with Kanye, it's like that. Like you either fuck with him or you do not fuck with him. Like there's no gray with Kanye, right? But one thing I learned from him was just like he does what he's so free. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. He's free with his art, and he's not afraid of the criticism in the artistry. You have to I separate publicity Kanye from artistry Kanye, but this guy literally, like his whole wave as he built it, just nothing parallel to it. It's not, he doesn't rap to the time.
Right.
He's Kanye, timeless. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's either you're going to catch up to where he is at right now, or you're going to miss it, and maybe 2-3 years it might connect with you, and you be like, oh, okay.
That and all. Well, I feel what are you saying that from like a perspective as a fan?
Yeah, like from a fan's perspective.
I have went through that actually with Yeezus. The first time I heard it, I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then like a few months later, I was like, "Oh shit, this is actually kind of like it." But I was saying more from like an artistry perspective. Okay. Like he does like right now, what would you say the popular wave is for the sound of the rap?
It's just like I feel like rap is moving to like that one hit wonder where it's more dancey, like
exactly
bumpy and poppy.
Like
you really don't gotta say shit. Too much stuff.
Exactly.
You gonna ride.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Migos are one of the biggest in that genre, right? But I feel like this nigga Kanye, like he came in at a moment and just really took it over. Like from College Dropout, all number ones. Like I just feel like having that mentality of like being a fucking standing out, you know what I'm saying? That's why I did Goosebumps the way I did it, because it's like I could have fucking released a rap album for my first project, but I'm like, fuck it, like I'm gonna drop a fucking R&B album, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna do
some shit, and I'm about to put this shit on the track, and we're gonna see what happens. And like I got hella good feedback from it, so it's like I can do whatever I want to do. Like I don't have to be on the wave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and when you mirror that with going up and connecting the dots with Travis Scott, I don't know if you watched his documentary on Netflix.
I started it. I need to finish it.
But he basically says you can do anything you want to do. Like, don't put any limitation to yourself. And from his fans to the people he works with, they're like, yeah, if he sees it, he's just going to go for it. So, it's really cool.
I fuck with Travis also. I'm about to get Astroworld somewhere, maybe on the back.
Maybe you should get it like
I was thinking getting right here.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, probably right there.
Or I was thinking like
because it is like a Astroworld is from the amusement park, right? Yeah. So if you got like a Ferris wheel with this guy like coming out the Ferris wheel, that'd be dope. Like
I think there's a Ferris wheel on the cover, but they're all aspects from different colors and labels, like aspects, right? Yeah. So, like, you know the Astroworld cover? And how it has the head, like the Astroworld head? Yeah. That's what I want to get with the people walking into it.
That'd be awesome.
That shit's going to go hard. Ooh. And that would be dope, though, to have a Ferris wheel. I just got to stick true to the cover. If there's a Ferris wheel on the cover, I'll put it.
Okay, so it's cover art.
Cover art and just, like replicating what's already on type shit.
Awesome. Okay.
I like Ferris wheels though. I got nothing against Ferris wheels, so just so y'all know. I'm not a hater.
So what would be something that you feel like is the hardest part for you that you haven't really mastered yet in your art?
Consistency of sound. Consistency of the vibe. I feel like every great artist, while they make different music, like they don't make the same song 100 times, but I feel like they all have a definitive like sound, and that's why you become a fan of them, because you like this sound. Yeah, right? I feel like it's kind of difficult for me to like move one sound to another song because I want to just like do something else, unless it's a whole cohesive project. Gotcha. Like Goosebumps. So I would say that's probably the hardest thing for me right now. Okay. Trying to find like what that niche is gonna be, and just like make 4 projects that sound like that. Okay. Now, for people that I want to say like move to Atlanta because they know it's up and coming and there's a lot of opportunity here. When you came here, what did your map look like? Did you have a plan on how you were going to navigate through the city and get your work out and get exposed? Or did you just come here and I'm just going to figure it out? Or what did that look like for you? And what do you think the best way to, do that for a person who's moving into Atlanta? Man, that's a big question because I feel like there's a lot of ways to move through a city, right? Yeah. So I'm just going to start with that. Okay. How I did it was just through, honestly, meeting a person, like, actually I happened to know my homie who was from high school, Darius McGrew. He has a project out right now too called This Is Me. I didn't know he was in Atlanta, so he was moving, so I kind of fucked with him a little bit. And then I also knew another person who I met on the road randomly in Mobile, Alabama when I was visiting my grandma. I met this dude.
Okay.
He's here. So I was fucking with him. I say that in a way to say, like, reach out to the points that you have and, like, use their network to grow your own network. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like multiplication. Mm-hmm. If you don't have anyone, then you gotta meet somebody. You gotta walk up and go to because I've done this too. Like, you know, a mixer on Meetup or something, or like a show or anything. And like, if it's music related, okay, bet. Pull up, be open, be ready to network, be ready to get some phone numbers and some handles. Like, that's what you're there for, you know what I'm saying? And just make it happen.
Right.
Like, you know, when I came here, I probably had 700 followers. I got like, you know, 12 now. Which, you know, to some that's like, oh, 1,200, but like, that's 500 people
that you didn't have
that
before.
I didn't know.
Exactly.
That I fucking went out and met. So it's like, it's just like that.
Yeah, and I think too, you know, networking is really, really big in the city that we live in. But then you have to take it a step further and actually use those connections that you've used, because you can event it all year long and then look back and be like, I haven't done anything. Or you can, like you said, to your point, use those connections to help get to where you want to be. And I think also knowing, you know, what you want to do, because it's also easy to get your art, you know, exposed to different people and then they try to change it. But knowing yourself before you actually reach out for this help, so you know what you stand for, like, your foundation.
110%.
Yeah,
that's literally where I'm at right now. And I feel like also to the statement of reaching out, I feel like you shouldn't reach out until you've exhausted all effort. Like, I released my shit by my damn self. Like, I market my shit by my damn self. I book shows by my damn self. Like, it's really not that difficult. Like, it's really just concentrated effort. Those hours that you're using on Netflix or fucking scrolling
on Instagram
or whatever, you refocus that into, all right, let me send out 100 messages. That it seems like, 100 messages, I don't want to do that, but it's like, what else are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Like, what, you know? And like, there's different ways to get to you know, different people, but I feel like you said, when you meet someone, you have to use that that connection. You can't just let it rot. Like, you have to work it,
right?
You know, and that's a lot. That's really what I was doing when I first got out here, was just every single person I could meet that I saw that they had, you know, a showcase or they had a studio or they wanted to collaborate, I'm out there.
Right.
Like, straight up. So
that's awesome.
Yo, what's good? It's Tre Jessie. You know I'm rocking with The Process, and I got a new project out called Goosebumps. It's on everything, whether you're Team Spotify or Team Apple, Team Tidal, it don't matter. You can find it on everything. I'm about to give y'all a little piece of leave.
T-Waves got the ice.
Working, I don't think it's working. I don't think it's working out now. I want you to leave. If you don't wanna stay with me, then you should just leave. If you feel some type of way low key, why don't you just leave? I want you to know you ain't hurting me if you leave. Thought that you were down for us, but you ran me around the bush, whoa. And it's heavy, weighing on my heart so heavy, but I can't let it break. These drugs I take to keep us straight. I'm smoking dope to erase you. I never thought I would hate you. So in love, head over heels I was. I'd give you anything, anything at all. Wanted to build my trust, but you found a different crush. And now I'm putting up my wall. So you should just leave. If you don't wanna stay with me, then you should just leave. If you feel some type of way low-key, why don't you just leave? I just thought you should know